Happy Gilmore 2. Yeah, that's right. I said Happy Gilmore 2. That's right. I say it one more time. Netflix is going to be making a Happy Gilmore 2, and it's slated to be dropping sometime next year in 2025. And, pause, hold on. I know what y'all thinking. We didn't need another sequel, not another weak-ass Netflix Part 2. Seriously. And typically, I agree with y'all. No, for the most part, it's two things I'm not a real fan of. Sequels and swapping characters. I can't even talk. I'm so excited about Sylvester. Skin swapping characters. Sorry, Ariel. I love the representation, baby. But, damn it, with such a high-profile character, why did this mermaid have to be Ariel? You couldn't have, like, a similar story in this, like, name it mermaid? All right. All right. But to play devil's advocate, on the flip side, though, sometimes it works, and I like it. Like, with Nick Fury being skin swapped to be Sam Jack, that worked. And I have a feeling that Wonder Man being black for Disney Plus's new Wonder Man that's supposed to come out, was it next year too? I think that's going to work because those are lesser known characters. But for the most part, I'm not a fan of skin swapping, and I'm not a fan of these Part 2 sequels in games especially, and in movies. I don't know which one is worse, honestly. Happy Gilmore was not no Oscar-winning movie, y'all. So, I mean, again, let's pump the brakes a little bit. And I get it, too, that there was those other 10 ass-buttery Netflix movies that Adam Sandler did. I think it was like a contract he had some years ago. He had to make 10 movies and something like that. That's why he had made all those damn movies back to back to back to back. But none of them movies was Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, or Big Daddy. They weren't a part 2 to that, which definitely would have been better than one of them flicks about, what was that one? The Cobbler, where, I think that was the name of The Cobbler, where he was making shoes. I watched that one like on one of these Netflix dates. But before we get into Hulu and Hump, or Netflix and chill, let's get back on topic. Who I want and would like to see is Drew Barrymore. I know. They've been there, done that, and I don't know how many movies and in how many times, but they got that chemistry, which is why they keep working together. Them two is like the best actor, actress, work, wife type husband situation, unless you want to call Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. But they was humping. So that's a whole together, a different IRL situation that them two got into. I don't know what Drew and Sandler, but that ain't none of my business. Now, if I was to write it, what kind of story would I do? I'd have it where Happy had like been on top of the world and, you know, had the possibility to beat Jack Nicklaus to become the best golfer of all time. And speaking of golfers, I have some famous ones in it, and the most famous, of course, is Tiger Woods. Arguably, unless you want to 1A, 1B him with Jack Nicklaus. But I have him there in the movie because if y'all remember, with 96 to 98, around that time, that's when the movie dropped, and that's also around the debut of Tiger when he took the whole golfing world by storm. I do like a friendly rivalry with some kind of awkward comedy where both of them are struggling to become the best golfer of all time, to beat Jack, and have these like weird, uncomfortable jokes and innuendos about their love for ladies. Alluding to their love for ladies. You know, you gotta throw eluding or allegedly in nowadays, even if it's a movie. But because of his lifestyle and the women, of course, always the women, what I do is have, like, back to Drew Barrymore, have Drew Barrymore be an older woman, which she's around the same age as as Adam in real life, be some type of single mother that had this issue with some deadbeat ass golfer who got her pregnant and left her. So some kind of funny comedy, almost kind of like how Blended was a little bit. Minus, I don't think the dad was deadbeat. I think he had just passed. But I do something like that, or I'd have it be like where Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler had like a one night stand when she was younger or something, and that child is like a Forrest Gump type situation. Jenna, that baby's his baby, and she came back in his life, and the missing link is family. Again, nothing too dramatic in the movie. I mean, for real, the first movie was not made to be taken seriously with. It's a smoker's flick with nobody smoking. Seriously, y'all, if you know, you know. And speaking of smokers, along with Drew Barrymore, as well as most of Adam Sandler's close friends, his IRL buddies, I have some new people to the cast that I feel that would, perfectly fit in with this type of brand of comedy. Seth Rogen, I toss him in as like this 40-year-old smoker, pervy caddy or something, like, or custodian or something like that. And then I even do Steve Carell as like a sports anchor or something, like a newscaster anchor, with Tourette, something crazy like that. You know how Sandler movies are. Kristen McDonald, aka Bang Bang Shooter McGavin, has already showed interest in the role, so he hit to IG like everybody do now to throw his bid in. So I'm pretty sure he in, even though the cast is not set. The only person we know is gonna be Adam Sandler so far. This is just all my ideas, or just the top of my head when I heard the announcement. I also like to see Chris Rock, which is one of Adam Sandler's close friends in real life, and he wasn't in the first one. I toss him in as like Chubb's bastard son, kind of like the Apollo from Creed with Adonis. Those movies, the new Creed movies, when his daddy was Apollo, for those who don't keep up with Rocky. And he would be down in his luck, have a whole bunch of kids or some kind of family, and then them two being around the same age can have some kind of weird, goofy bond. I mean, could even go the route where Happy started trying to play hockey again because he felt like he made him too soft, but I don't know if I would want to go like that route anymore. I don't even know. I think the movie's gonna be funny. Happy Gilmore is my favorite Sandler movie, and if not my favorite Sandler movie, it's definitely in my top 3. Now that I'm sitting there thinking about it, but it is no lower than my top 3. I just don't think that this type of movie should or was to be taken too seriously, and that's why I don't think that a part 2 is bad, and I think that's why the first one was successful, and that this one could be like your little weekend movie, funny movie that's successful. The theme, again, would be some old cheesy redeemed story. Happy finally settles down with a woman his age rather than all them 22-year-olds that he had been messing with along with the alcohol. I mean, hey, ain't nothing wrong with the 22s. I'm just saying, by the time of this story, 30 years have passed. If you want to get technical, 96 to 2025, 29 years have passed. So he's probably going to want to be in a different type of situation. I wouldn't go the whole broke route, but more like the Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men minus Jake and Alan. But I would maybe give him like a crazy Latina maid or something, or she ain't gotta be Latina. Don't come at me, y'all. I love my Latinas. I love the Latinas, but some kind of crazy maid or situation like that. Something, you know what I mean? What's her face? Oh, she always plays Chris Rock's wife. I can't remember her name. She's also on SNL. But maybe get her to be like the crazy maid or whatever. He finds love, and somehow that challenges him to accept his whole family life and everything, since he's by himself. And his OG girlfriend left, the original caddy died, his granny 30 years later, you know, she gone, Chubb's gone, so that would pick up with the story where it was just like him picking up the pieces. But anyway, I mean, I had enough time sitting there theorizing how I would write the script for the movie. Now, if it is anything remotely close to that, y'all, remember where you heard it from first. And if you did like this video, I'm gonna close. Make sure you hit that like button. I make geekly content here on the channel all the time, but let me know in the comment section below, are y'all excited for Happy Gilmore 2? I'm excited for Happy Gilmore 2. I would like it to come out this year rather than next year. They could have waited. I mean, this is not a Star Wars movie. Did we really need to anticipate this long for the damn movie? It's gonna be star-studded, and it's gonna be a lot of comedy. Even it's gonna be some goofy comedy, but I think it's gonna be a good time. If you do want to stay up to date with all things entertainment, video games, and anime, that's what Geek stands for: games, entertainment, anime, with, you know, some comedy. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I make content here all the time, and as always, remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.